It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you are at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you enjoy this show about the great sport of geocaching. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can be part of the adventure tonight in the chat room and participate with others as they watch the show. If you are listening later, please give it a like and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app so that you can get all of the weekly Geocache Talk goodness. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
Logwork, the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Write-in-the-Rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro-containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go caching than doing cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
Thanks to all of our patrons. We have no new patrons of late. But thank you to all the patrons for keeping the show on the air, paying the bills, and periodically we get one. Bills come in. We pay for a lot of different applications to keep everything going. And we recently paid our StreamYard, which we use. That cost us money. So thank you so much to all of our patrons for keeping the lights on, as they say in the business. So tonight, big show. So let's just bring everybody in. Let's get started. So let me exit from that. There's everyone. Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
My faithful co-hosts, Jesse and John, and our guest tonight, Mark Webb. West Virginia man. I've known Mark years, and I'm getting old, and so is Mark. He's now. I knew when he was young. You're still young.
He's still very young.
He's still very young.
Yeah,
but he's. I don't know. So, we won't get into the age, but the first time we actually got to sort of hang out was at GeoWoodstock. I had talked to you before, but we actually got to hang out some in Cincinnati at GeoWoodstock and had a good talk, and it was kind of fun. I mean, the cool thing I think for us and also for a lot of people was we were with all the other podcasters, so it was kind of fun to have, Geo Gearheads and the Podcaster and the various Chris of the Northwest and a lot of the guys from the Northwest. So I mean it was really kind of fun. And so I think it was really fun too to have a lot of interaction with a lot of people, and that's the beauty of a Woodstock, is just being able to see so many people, and that's what we'll get into here in a little bit. But we do have a touch of news, so let's do a little news first. So, John, where would you like to start tonight?
I think right on the top, man. Right on the top. It's souvenir season, believe it or not. And
go for it.
I don't know if everybody knows, but next weekend it's actually International Earth Cache Day, and you may ask yourself, International Earth Cache Day, how can that be a
So,
weekend, right? But
right.
the cool thing about that is we can earn the souvenir by finding an Earth cache between Friday, October 11th through Sunday, October 13th, 2024.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so for like myself, I'm gonna go out and hang out with Captain Math on Friday, and on the way back on Saturday, October 12th, I'm gonna get an Earth cache and get that cool souvenir. So
So
Nice.
it's time to finally claim the Earth cache you've had in your back pocket for a few months, waiting
That's
on
right.
a souvenir. Is that what you're saying?
Tucked away.
that is one way, Jesse. That is one.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying you, not me.
Oh no, well, I like every cacher. Don't we all have like a list of Earth caches where we're like, we have to log these someday? No, Gary's
No.
shaking off.
No.
Okay.
I have logged every Earth cache for about as many miles as you could have from where I'm at, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'd have to travel, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll just go haul off and go to Louisiana and get an Earth cache, because I mean, I've pretty much covered everything in the area. So
So just couch log it and then delete your log and you'll get the souvenir, but nobody will know how it happened.
oh my.
No,
I mean,
no,
don't
no,
do that.
no. Do not,
I
do
mean,
not
don't
do
do that.
that. Do not do
This
that.
is just an educational show. I'm just telling people what not to do.
Yeah. No,
Right.
Gary. My recommendation to you is today. It was awesome. The deadliest cachers, Hailmeister, Geo Elmo, and myself. We went to Eternal Flame Falls.
Nice.
You could fly up to Buffalo, New York, man, next
could.
weekend, and then we
My
could
arms
go
will
to
be tired, but
Eternal
I'll do
Flame
it.
Falls, which would be an epic Earth cache to get for the souvenir. Just saying.
Mhm. Yeah.
See what you're doing, Jesse. Look,
I'm just
Already
it's just a
people.
public service announcement. I'm just helping out people.
historian says that reminds me. I forgot to log 2 Earth caches from a few weeks ago. Oops. Oh. Jen says that's her favorite Earth cache is Eternal. Was it lit, or did you have to go light it yourself?
No, it was lit. It was lit, believe it or not. However, there wasn't significant water flow over the falls today.
Oh, so
Which
it's
the-
sort of,
Which the funny part of that is Hailmeister's like, I got to go to State Game Lands 109 in Pennsylvania. So he goes there, and I saw his video on Instagram, and it just like poured right after that, like heavy downpour. So it's like,
right. He found Alabama recently, and I sent him a picture of me finding it, and so I was like, I was just there.
that's cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
All right.
But wait, there's more souvenirs.
Oh, wait.
No, wait, there's
Wait.
more.
There's more. There's more. So Adventure Day, we talked about this last week,
Yeah.
but for the future of geocaching souvenirs, Geocaching HQ, it will have a souvenir for people. So between Friday, October 18th to Sunday, October 20th, all you have to do is log one Adventure Lab location on that one. Just one. So if you got a cool Adventure Lab nearby you that you're itching to do, you may want to wait until that weekend on that side.
It would be cool if they open that up one day, like all the labs you could get, you got a souvenir for everyone.
Oh
But
my
just
God.
in that one day, right? Like you
Just
couldn't
for
log
one
it
day.
later because it's a lab. You have to log it that one day.
Oh man.
Mm.
So like if somebody went to New Jersey and hypothetically logged 400 Adventure Labs,
Theoretically.
Hey.
get like souvenir level 400 is what you're saying,
Yeah,
Jess?
there you go.
Okay.
Just a theory.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So shout out to all of our folks in the chat room. Thank you so much for being there. You always provide us with good info. I noticed that the Twonky's with us. The Twonky.
Oh yeah.
The Twonky. He's claiming you're all cheating. So
Hey, I'm just telling people what not to do. I'm not saying I'm doing that.
right.
You gotta learn right and wrong, right?
Well, we all need good and bad examples in our life, and I have to thank
Yeah.
Jesse for the bad examples.
Edutainment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody was thinking it. I just said it. Come on.
A lot of people got to go to going caching. I know
Mhm.
you've all heard good things, which is good. You know, the good megas, the Woodstocks, the going cachings. The sad thing too about going caching, I mean, it's a great mega. I've been a couple times. Jess and I were pirates one year. We did a geocache talk show from the stage. So that was a rare treat that we got to be part of that.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I know people are. I know the Bishes are driving home. I saw their note that she was. They're happy to be on, but they're trying to make the trek back home.
Yeah.
So she said that Brad says hi from the left side of the car, and of course she's on the correct side or the right side. So, but and we'll get into the megas, and Mark will give us all the good info here tonight. We got some exclusive information we'll get to tonight, so hang with us through the news, and we'll get right into GeoWoodstock. So a couple other things, John, you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, one of them is a sad topic. I don't know how many people saw, and we'll post the GC in the chat room for this one, for the Cache Across America in Georgia, where unfortunately there was a cacher that, while in process of finding the cache, passed away on that one. So our thoughts and prayers and feelings definitely go out to the family and the friends and the caching community around that one. But just to let people know, and you can check that GC code, the geocache for the Cache Across America, Georgia is currently disabled right now. So it's unavailable to be found on that one. So if you're going to go for the cache, you probably want to check the GC before looking for it.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Well, appreciate you sharing that. It's very sad. Yeah. Lori's right. That's super sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. And one piece of news we wanted to share too, GeoCoin Fest 2024. We're not sure how many people saw it, but unfortunately the host hotel abruptly closed on that one for GeoCoin Fest 2024. The event is currently disabled at this time. So the committee is should have an update for us soon on a new venue for GeoCoin Fest 2024. But if you're thinking about going or going to go, please look at the cache page on that one for all the latest information on that side. So I know I'm hoping to go myself too. So I'm crossing my fingers everything comes together, because it's always an awesome event on that.
Yeah,
side.
that's very true. Yeah. Hopefully they'll get that worked out for that. So very, very good. Thank you so much. The other thing too, quick mention that Podcast to Hope is December 7th. Again, mark your calendars to be with us that night. We'll be raising money straight to St. Jude. The link is already up. In case you're not able to be with us that night, but you'd like your funds that you're going to give, all goes direct to St. Jude. I always try to make sure and mention that. It's like, it doesn't come through us. It doesn't come into our hands and we take a cut or something and we send it off.
No,
it goes straight to them. Now, the cool thing though, is they've provided us a link, and if people give through that link, we just sort of get an electronic credit, I guess you could call it, because we're not getting any money, but we sort of get credit for the campaign. And so we have raised over $75,000. We're hoping to get, if we would be great if we could get up to the 100,000, but we're trying to raise this year about 12,000. So we do have behind me this little doodad, this little Tiltify banner that they send us, and it has little pins on it that show how much we've raised over the years. So we're really proud of that. We're proud of the work that we've been able to do, even though small. It's It adds up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even something as small as I think $40 pays for a party for a being out of chemo party. You know, that we want as many of those kind of parties to occur, and if we can provide some money to pay for a party like that, then obviously other money can go to other things. Nobody gets a bill that is all that's provided. So no patient receives a bill, and we want to keep it that way. And so we're all get to be part of that, the life saving that's going on. So yeah, so be with us. Hopefully, mark your calendar. I know it's early, but it's always good to put a reminder in your phone in case somebody goes, "Hey, we could do something the 7th, or we could do something the 6th." And you're like, "Let's do it the 6th because I'm kind of busy the 7th watching Podcast of Hope." So
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a long time, but it's a fun time.
It is, and we got a great lineup. We got some fun people. Joshua's back. He's got some tricks up his sleeve that he's working on, and I actually helped him a little bit. We're scheming a little bit with HQ to try to get certain things to happen. Brian will be on again. Brian's been on with us a few years, so it's always great to hear from Brian and what's going on at HQ. But he has another crazy plan that he's working on. So, but other than that, we also have other great guests aside from that. So very excited for our lineup this year. I'm always excited for our lineup. So, all right, well, let's get into GeoWoodstock. And Mark, thank you so much for being with us. So what was it? My first question out of the gate was, when you got the call, congratulations, y'all have won the bid for Woodstock. You were like, oh crud, or oh boy, or what was it?
Yeah, sure. So I think what's important to know is a lot of people don't realize that it's a bid process. So anyone can submit a bid. And there's a few like key points that they want you to touch on. So they want you to talk about the area, kind of the events, what are you going to offer? Do you have enough hotels, and is your team big enough to host this sort of event? But then you submit all of that to the committee, and then you don't hear anything for what feels like a lifetime. It's only like 2 or 3 weeks in reality, but those are the longest 3 weeks of my life. This is the second year that our team has submitted a bid for GeoWoodstock. So we submitted one for GeoWoodstock 20. We didn't get that. Obviously, it went to Flagstaff. They did a phenomenal job. So we tweaked things. We figured out where we can improve. And then we submitted another bid for GeoWoodstock 21. And, we submitted it. We waited, and you kind of hear through the grapevine, whispering starts to happen. Like you get your insider information. And it's like, okay, things are looking good, but we need that confirmation. And then finally, when it happens, it just feels like a sigh of relief. And then 5 minutes of celebration, and then the reality sits in. It's like, okay, it's game time. We have to do this now.
We gotta get going. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, we were excited. I know you were excited. You contacted me and you're like, we want to be on. We want to talk about it. I was like, yeah, we're going to do it. We'll have you on a few times to talk about it because, Woodstocks are really special. I mean, we've all of us have been involved in different ones. Now, Jesse's had the privilege of getting to work on a Woodstock, be part of the team, and he's been on non-Woodstock ones too. So, I mean, you've had both. What are some of your initial thoughts, Jesse, on the difference between Mingo or Woodstock or Cache Fest or any of those other ones, do you think?
Well, I've been behind the scenes at several of them. I've never been in charge myself of any of them.
Right.
And never would I, because no. But and after each one, I say I'm never going to be involved again. I swear up and down, I'm never going to be involved in a mega. There's just so much. But really each one, so like a Woodstock, And, we've helped with a few other ones behind the scene. Of course, Cache Fest, we helped with that one too. Helped a bunch of them. Every one of them has a completely different feel. So like you've hosted 5 Woodstocks and then you go over to another one. It's like starting all over again. It's brand new. Everything's totally different. Even though you get like, if it's an ongoing one and not one that you're starting brand new, like Cache Fest or whatever, you get some information from the previous team. Like the website might be already set up. You're going to turn everything over.
Right.
But it's not like it's a step-by-step guide. There's so much you've got to do, and every single thing is different. Every city is different. And Woodstock is an awesome one because it's good and bad because people love it. Yes. So people come in expecting certain things to happen. Now you've got to give it your own flavor, like we're going to find out about tonight. But if there's a legacy of Woodstock that people like, they already got this stuff in their mind. They're like, what is this version of it going to be? And it's just its own little beast.
So is this the time, Jesse, I tell you that I put in a bid for Where I Go Stock and submitted the name?
Yeah, have fun with that. I ain't going to be there.
No. I submitted your name.
No. Brian, it's not true. It's a lie. Reject that application.
And Jen said she's ready for the Where I Go
Disco Mega. Oh my God.
Disco Mega.
Where I Go Disco Mega.
Now we're talking.
No. I'm happy to lend a hand for whatever I can do to places. I am not. Megas are that. My hat's off to people that host megas. It is so stressful. Everyone that I've been involved in, I've almost quit caching afterwards. I'm just not. I'm like, that is not my forte. I love to go and meet friends, and if I need to go speak or do something like that or host a class, that's fine. But that whole people that can do that have a different skill set than I have. And I'm hats off every time to it, and I'm glad that people keep, signing themselves up to do these things. And we'll go through that tonight, but because it gives us the community a lot, we get to go and visit people and it's awesome and everything else, but oh my gosh, glutton for punishment. It's so much to do these things. And I'm sure we're going to go through this some of the night, right, Mark? But, oh my gosh, but you're not there. Yeah. Like once it's over is when it's like, oh my God. And then it's over and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
It's over finally, but it's good and bad. Just like the 5 minutes, we got it. Oh crap. We got it. That
crap. We actually got it.
Yeah. Now we got to do this. Oh no, but it's exciting. They're all exciting. And the buildup is exciting and stressful and you just never know.
Yeah, it definitely helps. We have a very, great team putting all this on behind the scenes. So there's probably about 70 people that get together, once a month to brainstorm and put together some of the pieces. And I'm sure a lot of them were out at going caching. So I'm sure a lot of people got to meet and talk with them. But yeah, it definitely takes a village. It's a lot of work. And it feels like, there's always like a milestone, like getting the website launched or, getting the coins produced. And it's like, okay, like once that's done, it's like, it should be easy, right? And then something else pops up. It's like, nope, time to start on this now.
Always.
Yeah, always. I love that y'all's GC kind of worked itself out. GC
you know how hard that was to get?
XXI, I bet it was.
It was incredibly hard.
That's funny.
But you've pulled it off.
What I didn't realize is that I isn't a character in the GC code. So imagine me sitting there with like GCAM XXFGH, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it. And then like it just skipped I, and I was like, where was I? Well, I doesn't exist. I and O don't exist. Fun fact.
Oh man, that is interesting. Now, Mark, probably like in other megas we've helped out with, for people to get all the latest information, the best way is to log their will attend here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So whenever you log a will attend, not only does it help us estimate how many people we can expect to plan for the best event possible, but it also helps our attendees because that's going to be our primary form of communication. So if you log a will attend, anytime we have a major event announcement, you'll get an email directly to your inbox that you have with all your other geocaching stuff. So we promise we won't spam you with every minor detail, but we have channels like our Facebook and our community group for that. But major announcements like the website launching and the store launching, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, that's going to be the best way to stay up to date on all of that stuff.
Yeah, there's so much that you want to keep up with. And if you're, Mark really can't talk about this, but I can since I'm not part of the committee or anything. But they're almost at 2,000 now. I don't know if
Are
all
we?
y'all know this or not, but if we could get another 1,000 folks tonight to jump in,
Oh yeah, that'll
Hypothetically.
happen.
hypothetically. So if it were to ever get to the G word, do you think you guys could handle it, or do y'all not want to even think about that? Or
Yeah, so we are planning for the best event possible, regardless of how many people join us. But I
Cool.
think people are going to be pleasantly surprised when they come and visit Morgantown. You think about West Virginia, and you think, about like all the wild and wonderful aspects. You think of the back roads, you think of the remote countrysides, and it's true we have all that. But Morgantown also is a college town. This is where West Virginia University is. So on college game day, we have 60,000 people come into this town specifically for game day. So,
Mhm.
a couple thousand cachers, we're going to have a field day. We have plenty of infrastructure in terms of hotels and restaurants and parking and all of those great things. So, not worried in the
Nice.
slightest.
It's kind of a
And
blessing and a curse again, though. That G word, which you can't say, but we can. Once that gets close, it's everybody. Like that's bringing you another level of attention. It's just going mega. Like an event, there's some events that don't apply for mega because they don't want to handle that many. And if they get that mega on there, it starts bringing people from everywhere. But mega to giga, that's a whole nother step too. It's
And the
cool
thing is,
because there's not a lot of gigas, right? But at the same time, you're like, ooh, okay.
the thing is, like,
realistically, we just jumped up. Oh my gosh,
we got a
we're
little
now
delay
so
there.
tonight. Realistically, I'd like to see us get to the 2,000, and then from there, who knows? But we're up to the latest at the
We said
moment.
1869.
We're now at 1871. So
Oh, dang.
yeah, we're already starting to pop up tonight. So let's get it to 2, and then we'll go from there. So definitely I put that on there. Log your will attend. We've got that GC. A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, X-ray 1, and and so I want to go ahead and get us sort of thinking about also Morgantown. You started to mention about being in a college town. Those are really cool. We just did Cache Fest, in Norman, and even though I'm not a huge. I mean, my son actually taught a little bit at Oklahoma, so I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to the Mountaineers. I mean, I appreciate West Virginia University, but what are some things that you want to highlight tonight about your town, and what are some things that you want to really highlight and for folks to know about? Because when you go to a Woodstock, I know we've done this before ourselves, where you're going to come in for a few extra days, you're going to cache, but also you might want to do some other stuff. So what are some things you want to let people know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So our GeoWoodstock starts on Thursday. That is May
Cool.
22nd, 2025. That's when the first side event starts, and it's going to last all the way until Sunday. You might notice that that's a little bit atypical in terms of other mega events. Why aren't we having any events on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday? Memorial Day is that following Monday. So where's all the extra side events? Well, we have 8 events spanned throughout the weekend. So we're going to keep you busy, we promise. But West Virginia is such a unique state that we want to give you the opportunity to do what you want to. Like, this is your vacation, this is your trip. And we will give you all the resources, and we are happy to answer any questions that you might have about exploring the state, what caches you must find. But we want you have that opportunity to explore. We've all been to countless megas where there's just so many things to do, and you feel like one weekend isn't enough. So we definitely want to give that opportunity for people to explore. So West Virginia is unique, and it's one of the only states that was birthed by the Civil War. So
Yes.
Morgantown is in the north central part of West Virginia, right on that PA Maryland border. And that line is really interesting because that's the Mason-Dixon line. In Morgantown, that's the farthest western point that Mason and Dixon personally surveyed on the original expedition. So we're going to have a side event at the site that Mason and Dixon originally surveyed. And whenever you spawn the West Virginia Pennsylvania marker, the state boundary there, you'll realize why they decided that this was going to be their place to stop, because it is on top of a mountain.
Wow, that's awesome.
Morgantown in West Virginia University is very, very special. It started as the Agricultural College of West Virginia, and then the Civil War broke out. It turned into like an infantry training for the war, and then it turned into the state land grant institution. So one thing that's really unique about WVU is that the entire town is kind of the campus. We have two areas of campus split up between the town, and to connect the two, we have what's called the Personal Rapid Transit System, or PRT. So this is the system that the monorail in Disney is modeled after. It's built by Boeing. Wow. It's I forget exactly how long. It was built in like the 70s or so. So, but it's a very, very cool little train cars that roll through Morgantown. There's 6 to 10 students can ride on an individual car, and they go back and forth all over campus all day. So very, very cool. We also have a handful of like really influential people that are from Morgantown. So Jerry West, the man on the NBA logo, played for the Mountaineers at WVU. And we also have Don Knotts, who is the like Barney Fife or Barney Griffith.
Yeah.
Love Don Knotts.
Barney Fife. Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a statue for him in on the main street here in Morgantown that has a virtual that everyone can go visit. So lots of very, very cool things there. But then looking outside of Morgantown, we have a lot of unique opportunities. So the 63rd National Park, the New River Gorge, is about 2 hours south of Morgantown. And that's an incredible place to explore. The first land battle of the Civil War took place in Philippi, West Virginia, at the Covered Bridge. And there's a lot of history there because it burned down and they reconstructed it.
Oh my!
Cool. The first Mother's Day and the first Father's Day both took place in West Virginia after the fallout of some mine explosions of the coal mining industry.
Oh yeah.
Cool. John, you'll really appreciate this one. West Virginia has a really strong Italian heritage, so there's a great pizza place on just about every corner.
But give me excited, Mark.
No, Mark, why did you do this?
But
Mark.
Gary, he sold me. I'm probably going to come down early as I can.
Oh my gosh!
Let's start the pre-pizza process.
There we
go.
Thank
you everyone for tuning into tonight's episode of Pizza Talk on the Geocache Talk Network.
So, John, this might be or Jesse, this might be the first time I'm kick a guest out. I mean, that would probably not give us really good ratings. What if you guys kicked the guest host off your show? So no, I won't do that, Mark. I'm kidding. That's cool though. That's really
But maybe if pizza isn't your jam, we have what's called a pepperoni roll, which is actually illegal in several states. But what it is, it's pepperoni baked into a doughy bread. And the history with this is because whenever the coal mining boom happened in West Virginia, miners needed a lunch that they could take into the mines with them that wouldn't spoil, didn't need to be refrigerated. Yeah. And they're great snacks to throw in your backpack while you're caching. They're fantastic.
So I've got to ask, why are they illegal?
You're not allowed to bake meat in bread or keep meat unrefrigerated in bread in certain states.
Yeah.
That is weird, but I would have to buy one just because of that.
Right.
No
well,
sounds delicious.
Our lunch actually at GeoWoodstock. So if you buy a meal ticket, you're going to get to taste a pepperoni roll at the event.
Oh man,
they are incredible. I've had pepperoni rolls. I love pizza too. I give John a hard time. I love pizza, and we had pepperoni. Remember, we had pepperoni rolls in Norman. Remember, John?
Were those real legit pepperoni rolls?
Well, Gary? They're not Morgantown. I mean, they're a facsimile, a cheap knockoff.
I mean,
But
they
you
were,
got the hint of what it might be perfect.
yeah.
You
Oh
might
man.
you sort of, it's not it's almost heaven, but it's not West Virginia type
Not there.
pepperoni rolls. So
Man, this is just sounding amazing. I'm loving this.
they are great. There's nothing better than a pepperoni roll, buddy. I mean, they are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to looking forward to it.
Yeah, West Virginia is also in a really unique position geographically. So we're the only state that the Appalachian Mountains, and for anyone that thinks that that's not how you pronounce it, that's take special notes. It's Appalachian, because if you say it any other way in West Virginia when you're here in May, you're going to get corrected. So we always say that you're going to get an apple thrown at you, an apple at you.
Apple at you. There you go.
Appalachia. But West Virginia is situated within a day's drive of 2/3 of the U.S. population. Here in so think of all the New England, all the way down to Georgia or so, Tennessee. So that's why it makes for a really, really great spot for a geocaching event, because we can pull so many cachers from all over. We say West Virginia is the most northern of the southern states and the most southern of the northern states. So we have this really nice combination of southern hospitality and kind of like the northern attitude of the mountains and the weather and those sort of things. So we're also really greatly positioned for like international travelers. So we have Pittsburgh International Airport, that's about an hour north. And then we have Dulles International Airport in DC, that's about 3 hours, which is especially of note if any cachers want to swing through Martinsburg and Berkeley County to do West Virginia Thames gadget caches on the way to Morgantown.
Good to know.
That's perfect. Yeah, that is perfect. Yeah, you're not far from there then. Because that's the thing we talked about before the show, actually, and people know, is that many people want to go to Woodstock and they sort of make a whole trip over it. But to add things of that, magnitude, man, it makes for a perfect, you can
great caching week.
Yeah, well, you can couple so many of those things together and really make, you can make almost the right length for yourself as far as how much time. Like if you got extra time, if you're a person who, can do 2 weeks, some people can, some people can't, but if you can, there is so much that you can perfectly fill 2 weeks, or you can do what I've done before, which is if I don't have the time, I can still with events starting on Thursday, I can come in for 4 days or 5 days, because 4 I can travel on the 5th. I don't have to burn a vacation day, since that's pretty much a holiday for everybody in the US. So that's perfect, because that's Memorial Day, in case people are wondering. So, from the things that you've mentioned, what are some things you can tell us that you can share, that as we're
gonna have to hit this question.
We'll get to that in a moment, Strick.
Okay.
Too.
I got it marked because it's too good of a story not to hit. So
yeah, no, we got to hit that. But I'm as you know, Mark, I end up being a person who spills beans way too often.
Yeah, so don't give Gary any secrets.
Yeah, I've kept my mouth shut on one big one, which you actually know that you can't talk about either with that one, because it's different. It's not part of.
You took your life in your own hands with that one.
I can't believe you told Gary that. Yeah, that one's not part of GeoWoodstock, but Mark is also in the know, but he's keeping his mouth shut on that. But he does want. There are some things he wants to share. So I don't know. Do you want to? I'll let you decide. Do you want to go oldest right now, and we'll come back to your bean spilling, or how do you want to approach the next few minutes here?
Yeah, let's tackle the state oldest while we're talking about notable caches, and keep the audience on their toes just a little bit longer. You gotta keep that viewer retention, right?
I like it. You're a man after my own heart.
Yeah. So West Virginia state oldest. This is going to be GC3F0, 3 Foxtrot 0. It's called Rich Creek Riches. It's in or near Williamson, West Virginia, in the most southern part of the state, kind of on the Kentucky border. It is going to be 3 hours south of Morgantown, but if anyone is traveling north up through like from Raleigh area, you're going to come pretty close to it. It's close-ish to the New River Gorge National Park, and it's close to the state capital of Charleston.
Oh, cool.
The fun thing about Rich Creek Riches is that it's considered one of the hardest state oldest to get. And that's because not only does it require a drive from anywhere you're going to one of the most remote spots in the state, it also requires up to a 7-hour ATV off-road adventure on the Hatfield-McCoy trail system. So this is one of the largest trail systems in the United States for off-roading. So think side-by-sides, ATVs, four-wheelers, all of that fun stuff. We really put the wild and wonderful when it comes to some of the most remote parts of the state. The unique thing about this region in Williamson is this is the site of the Hatfield-McCoy feud. So if you've done any history regarding that, that's going to be where the pig wandered onto the wrong side of the property line. It got shot,
Yes.
and a generational war broke out. So there's a lot of really cool things to see in that area, a lot of history, a lot of Civil War sites, but it's a huge economic boost for this region, having this trail system. So it's definitely a fun cache to grab, but just know it's not going to be an easy day trip. It's definitely going to take, your entire day of, 3-hour drive down from Morgantown, 7 hours to do the cache, and then 3 hours drive back. And you're going to be exhausted from being thrown around in an ATV all day, but it's definitely an experience worth having. If you're
Wow.
if you're into collecting those state oldest, it's a good one.
I got to ask on this one, Mark, kind of like, for Lake Lanier and like Power Island, there's specific captains who people can contact who have experience finding it. Is there like an ATV captain per se that can like help people that they can reach out to?
Tour group of some kind.
Sure. So there's 2 rental companies that are in this area, but as long as you have a valid driver's license, you're on your own. So they'll give you a paper map, which good luck. Whenever you're like, I want to go to these coordinates, and then you look at the paper map and it's just a bunch of squiggly lines all over the place, and you kind of have to figure it out. But luckily, our GeoWoodstock hosting team just did the trip this summer to go down and do it. So we're going to put out all that information well ahead of the event with coordinates, waypoints, and we're going to hopefully get some deals or at least a contact for the rental company place, and hopefully partner with them in some capacity so we can send lots of cachers there, and they'll kind of know what the heck we're talking about when we say we want to go find a rusty ammo can in the woods.
Yeah.
You got to think several people are going to want to go after that. There'll be a lot of people teaming up to go after that for sure.
Yeah.
How can you pass up? You can't pass that opportunity up. That's one of the best.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get out there.
You're definitely going to want, so your options are either a 2-person like side-by-side or a 4-person side-by-side. There was a question on Facebook the other night about like a 6-person seater. And as far as I'm aware, those aren't available for rent. The most you're going to get is a 4, just because some of the switchbacks on the ATV trail are pretty tight. So if you have more than 6, or if you have more than 4, if you have 6 people in an extended cab, you're not going to be able to make that turn and maneuver, especially if you don't have any ATV experience, which we did not.
Oh my.
That's awesome.
There is something you were talking about I wanted to mention to folks, and I will put it in the show notes and also put up on the screen, but there is a community group you can join. There's 1.2 thousand people in there already that are discussing and giving the right information. In fact, somebody yesterday just posted info about somebody wanting to coordinate an event, and like you said, Mark, you've got people in your team that are responding to that, and so I'm going to post that info here. So keep going. I'm just going to
Yeah, I see a few questions rolling in the chat. It's listed as a turn one, but as we know, a lot of these oldies, what is it? Is it Power Island or Lake Lanier? One of them is rated like a 1 or 1.5 or something crazy, where it's like you have to have a boat. How did this happen? So that's just part of the fun with some of these oldies, but it's definitely an adventure. You can bring your own ATV. There's some requirements where you have to get like a day use trail pass, which is nothing more than just like a bracelet. But we'll have all that information written up and available in time for when you start planning your adventure starting in the spring. So keep an eye. The Facebook is a great channel. We'll be posting a lot of helpful tips there. But then also our website, so GeoWoodstock XXI.com, we'll have like the whole event need to know sort of information there.
Cool. Yeah. GeoWoodstock XXI.com. Yeah. 21. Yeah. Just making sure. I had to think about it a second. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Cause the local, as with anything of that nature, you want to kind of plug into the local community who they're all in the know. Mm-hmm. So you definitely want to be able to get the right information. So that's awesome. Cool. Where do we want to go next?
I think we should. I promised some exclusives, so I think we should see what we have to share. Right?
Spill some beans. I love it. All right. Yep. So tell us where the first bean spillage is going to be tonight. Where you want to start?
Absolutely. So our store with registration, coins, shirts, and all the great swag is going to launch this Friday. So that is Friday, October 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to have 5 registration packages available, ranging from free all the way up to VIP. And like I said, this is going to be all your GeoCoins, your shirts, your path tags, your meal tickets, all the swag that you can dream of is going to go live this Friday. So definitely mark your calendars. Hopefully it's payday for a lot of you. So 5 p.m. Eastern, the store is going to go live. And why I'm making such a big deal about that is because everyone who buys their registration package within the first 48 hours of the store launching, so before Sunday at 5 p.m., will automatically be entered to win a 2-night stay complimentary of Visit Mountaineer Country. So that's the CVB here in Morgantown. So we're hooking up a random winner. So whoever buys their registration, we're going to pick one lucky person and give them a free weekend stay. So
wow,
nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's a smart way to do that. I like that.
Very
Besides
cool.
the swag being awesome, before we get off the swag part, remind people why packages are so important for megas. Because we say this a lot, but not everybody's here every time. There's a lot of new people. It's not just about getting cool stuff. There's a more important reason for it.
Absolutely. So the free option is one of the best ways that we can tell who's coming to the event. So we tell people, even if you cache as a couple, even if you cache as a family, try to register every single attendee with at least the free registration. They're going to get some awesome things. They're going to get a name badge. They're going to get a prize token that they can redeem for a chance to win a prize. They're going to get the event brochure. So like there's still stuff that you can get for putting no money down. That's going to help us so tremendously. But if you're in a position to financially contribute to the event and you want to get some awesome stuff to remember your time in Almost Heaven, the registration packages is the primary way that we're funding this event. So all of the side events cost a lot of money. This event cost a lot of money between the rentals, hiding new caches, and then just all like the minutia of just ordering swag,
insurance,
shipping, and insurance, all of it. It's a lot. This is a very expensive event to put on. So the swag packages are the best way that you can help the event. You can say thank you, and then we are making the swag packages very affordable in terms of what some other past events have done.
Yeah.
One of the nice things about West Virginia is that, we're huge on tourism. So, hotels fairly cheap in this region. Dining is fairly cheap compared to some of the bigger cities. So
Right.
you can expect to spend a lot less kind of while you're here. And we wanted that to translate to the swag packages too. So hopefully you have the opportunity to just spend a little bit more on the swag packages, spend a little bit more on some of the recreational opportunities that you want to do that interest you.
Right. More money for pizza, John. That's what he's trying to tell you.
Oh man. I'm so in love with this event. I just want to tell everybody that.
Yeah. No, it is great.
Funny. No,
I
it's
love
one of the hardest things, and you have to be nice because you're about to host an event. I'm not about to host one, so I can say this. Imagine, like, I don't know who, Garth Brooks. They're like, we need you to host a concert. Okay, cool. I'm going to do that. What venue do I want? Well, I can't tell you how many people are going to come. Just be ready for whoever shows up. And that's generally how a mega goes down. How many people are you going to have? I don't know, but make sure you have food and t-shirts and water and seats and tables for X number of people, but we're not going to tell you until the day of how many people are coming. Could be 500, could be 10,000. That is the hard part. And you have to be super nice. I don't. Don't be a jerk. Let them know you're coming. It's Go. Everybody go. But it's so hard for a mega. I've seen it behind the scenes so many times. They can't plan and make lines not long if they have no idea who's coming. So if you want to go and you want lines to be short to different things and packet pickup and all that other stuff, you have to give them an idea that you're coming. If you're coming and bringing your whole family of 8 rugrats and your wife and cousins and everything else, let them know. Don't just put one on there. Just please let them know. That's my little public service announcement. It is so hard to guess how many people are going to show up. Having said that, you never want to turn anybody away, right? But you don't want to run out of food 1 hour into the thing, or our food trucks left. So that was a different story. But you don't want to run out of water and have 8,000 people waiting for 2 restrooms. Just the more, just like, well, even if it's a free one, get all the cool stuff. But even if you're doing the free one, RSVP, do that. That makes the event run so much smoother. There's no way that you can plan for an unknown number of people. It helps so much. So
and I think, Mark, what you're saying and what Jesse's saying, I mean, just to confirm, is 1, log your will attend, and then 2, when the store opens up, log your registration, right?
Yes,
so even if people are not even buying a package, which people should, because they should help to support an incredible event like this, which more money equals more pizza equals more fun equals more epicness, and we all know the direct correlations of all of that is true. But yeah, so just to confirm, log your will attend and then log your registration when the store opens on Friday.
Yeah, I see a question in the chat. So if my husband and I cache as a couple and we are bringing a Muggle friend, then we do 3 free packages. So ideally, you're going to want one of those to probably be a paid package. So that's going to give you some of the swag items. That's going to give you lunch tickets, those sort of things. But if other people, say your husband or your Muggle friend, don't really care about getting a t-shirt or don't really care about the coins and stuff, then yeah, absolutely. Have them just register as at the free level, because that's going to give us the best head count. And then 2, also, one thing that we're doing a little bit differently this year is offering a la carte options for some of those big ticket items. So like lunch tickets, if you want to come and spend the day and you want to make sure your whole family gets to eat and you don't have to split a pepperoni roll, you can buy individual meal tickets for everyone in your group without having to buy individual packages. So you can buy a free registration level and then add on a meal ticket after that and kind of make it what you want it.
But now, if they're going to buy that and then buy some a la carte stuff for all the family, they should still, for each one of those people, go and do a free registration for them as well.
Yeah, every person that is attending should have at least a level of registration. Okay. Because that's going to be how you get your name badge, and we want to make sure everyone gets a name badge. That's really the best way to keep track. So if you don't do a paid registration, make sure everyone has at least a free registration.
In the free registration too, that helps out with letting the tourism boards know how many people are coming in and what that impact is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, like I've told a million times, we had GeoWoodstock 14 or many, many years ago, and we had a packet pickup. We talked to the restaurant, all the will attends, what we had at the time, registration, stuff like that. It was supposed to be something like maybe 300 people or whatever were going to show up. We tell the restaurant, they're like, yeah, that's great. And it was like 1,000 people that showed up.
Oh yeah, I was there.
And then people showed up and go, why are the lines so long? I'm like, why are the lines long? Nobody knew 700 of you were coming.
Nobody said anything.
It was a little small restaurant pack and pick up, and it was just everywhere. And it makes things run so much smoother. Let them know you're coming. They're doing their best. None of these guys get paid anything to host this event. It's all labor of love. Geocachers doing it for other geocachers, and they're going to do their best to have everything perfect for you. But that's just kind of my pet peeve is like, don't not let anybody know you're coming and then be mad because there's a line. Like it's surprise, 600 people are here. So these events run great. They run great, but do your part and let them know. That's all I'm asking on behalf of Mark. Mark's not saying that. He's saying, come, be happy and friendly. I'm saying, do what you're supposed to do. So.
Mark your will attends for all of the events, not just the mega.
Oh gosh, yes.
But you get the idea. You want to mark your will attends because they can look at that and go, hey, guess what? Our will attends shows 500 people. We better think about what we're going to do for that.
Well, that's you want to patronize a local shop, right? To bring in tourism dollars for a local shop, but they need to be able to plan ahead too. Like it's literally going to be a local shop where they go, okay, there's 500 people coming. We need a few extra staff that day. We might want to, give them some heads up or whatever. But yeah, because otherwise we have to go to like chain places or big, huge places. Everybody wants to go to like that little donut shop or that cool little coffee or that pizza place. I don't know why you go there, but that pizza place.
Oh man. Yeah. Jesse.
Or the pepperoni rolls. Okay. Pepperoni rolls. We'll stick with that. Right.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's just, that's that part of that. That's that give and take, right? We're descending on a town, and this town sounds awesome. You're descending on a town. The better preparation they have, the more smoothly everything goes, and then you still have time to go rent your ATV and go and get the oldest cache. And which I don't know why you wouldn't. That's how you got to start this week. Come on, guys.
Yep.
And before we get too far,
go ahead. You want to do that one first? Go ahead. We'll come back to that question.
Before we get too far off the swag, I wanted to share that I have an exclusive first look at the event coin.
Oh, all right.
Wow. That we're gonna have all the people here live are gonna be the first people to see it before it goes live in the store this Friday. So if we want to cue that up.
Yeah, John, you want to pull that up?
Oh man, I would love to bring that up.
Yeah. So this is our coin. It's inspired by our event logo, primarily designed by local cacher Dobiest, and then Bia Frog adapted it and made it into the beautiful masterpiece it is with oak coins. But this is, features a lot of Appalachian iconography with our beloved mascot Signal ziplining up and down the mountains there. And the cool thing is that he's actually going to be able to move up and down the coin. So we're very, very excited. And we think this is going to be one of the most unique coins that a Woodstock has ever had.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome
crazy
coin.
I like
and
that.
That's only the front of it. The back is very, very cool too, but you'll have to wait to see in May.
You gotta wait for that
one. we're not spilling the entire bean pot. We just want to throw a few on the floor for you guys. So that is awesome. Yeah, people are loving the coin.
Yeah, that's one of, I believe, 7 or 8 coins that we're minting, and they're all just about that cool. So I promise you, whenever the store launches on Friday, there's some very awesome stuff to look forward to.
Oh, nice. So that coin will be available starting Friday?
Yep.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is awesome, man. That is really cool.
Yeah, get it while you can. People don't think, people forget too that like y'all have to order these coins and everything else, and coins do sell out. I know people think there's an unlimited press, like, you're just pressing them in your backyard. There's a limited number. There's going to be a big number, right? Because we expect a lot of people coming to this one, but you're not guaranteed every coin. If you're one of those coin people, get your package early because they do eventually run out.
We get that every year And
Yeah.
that we've been involved, right? Jesse, it was people, everybody goes, "Hey, can I just pick one up at the event?" And we always tell them the same thing. Maybe not.
Maybe.
There's no
You hope to
guarantee.
have some there, but awesome coins go fast. That's just all there is to it.
Yep.
People want to buy them. They want to get them in.
If you buy a package, you'll get the coin.
You're guaranteed to get it. Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't buy a package, you might as well flip another coin in the air. And if it's heads, you might get it. Tails, you're not, because there's no.
And you get a chance for a free night stay too. So you might as well buy your package early. Buy it super early.
Please.
Yeah.
Do you get to find out about that free stay, the winner, before GeoWoodstock, or?
Oh yeah, we'll announce it on Sunday evening. So this time next week we'll know.
Wow,
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Quick update as we start to get toward the end. We're up now to 1875. So we've almost brought in another 10 tonight. So
I think everybody's still on the road tonight.
At least 1880.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's still on the road coming back from going caching.
Yeah, and I will say
that's
too.
True. That's true.
Logging, about logging your will attend. Some of the language can be intimidating on geocaching. By logging your will attend, that's not your 100% ride or die commitment to attend this event. That is going to be that you're interested, you want all the information, you have full intentions, you hope to make it there, but if it doesn't work out, if the cards don't fall, it's still a long time away. I know a lot of people don't have vacation time until the first of the year. They don't know maybe what their kids' schedules are going to look like quite yet. But it's still great to get connected. And logging your will attend is going to be the best way to get all that primary information. But then also, if something falls through and you need to delete that become May, you're more than able to do that. Really, it's really whenever you register and you purchase your swag package, that's your commitment to attend. Swag packages won't be mailed out after the event. So you really have to pick up your swag stuff in person or have someone pick up the swag package for you. So that's kind of the difference between logging your will attend and then registering and purchasing a swag package. So it's always great to kind of clarify that and keep that in mind.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is right.
People, that's always a good thing because it is another way to sort of show at least some commitment and you get information because they can log and they'll post periodically, and they already have, but periodically they'll put announcements on there. So it's and you'll get a quick email, and there you go. You'll get the information for the event. So keep those coming as we start to get a little toward the end tonight. But all right, where would you like to go next with? I love the store launching Friday.
So let's talk next steps. What should people be doing right now? You flagged the question earlier before I cut you off with my
you're fine.
About the code GEO. So excuse me. What they're referring
I'm gonna go back to that too. So keep going.
What they're referring to is on our website right now on geowoodstockxxi.com/travel. There's information. We've partnered with about a dozen hotels within North Central West Virginia to offer discounted codes specifically for geocachers. So we've reserved a ton of room blocks. We've worked with the CVB in a dozen different counties to put together these opportunities to get hotels at discounted rates. So there's a few different hotels that are all offering discounts. A handful of them are using GEO as the promotional code. So the best thing that I can recommend is to go in there and select your dates. When do you want to arrive? When do you want to leave? Use GEO, and you don't even have to confirm or put your credit card in. It'll tell you how much the discount is. In most cases, it's probably going to be 15 to 20% or so. But we have some really, really great tourism partners that we're excited to work with. And then I also see another question about the free weekend. Is that during the event? Well, it'd be kind of be silly if it wasn't. So whenever the store launches this weekend, you're going to be entered to win a stay. I believe it's Friday night and Saturday night So you get 2 nights for free. But how that's going to work is it's going to act as a coupon of sorts. So if you want to extend that stay and come earlier or stay later, you can add on
Right.
extra nights and just pay for those with the discounted rate, and then your 2 will be free. So lots of
Nice.
flexibility, and we're happy to work
That's
with you.
great.
The hotel, I forget the exact brand, but it's like a very, very well-known chain brand, and it's right in downtown Morgantown. So right in the middle of all the action. We're not sticking you out where you have to drive an hour or so to the event.
Right.
So right in the middle of all the fun.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, get your hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
get your travel, sort of locked in and set up. That's important. And then you can kind of start, for some, I think it's also doing all the research and working with y'all and going on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, that's always important to do, and to sort of gather all the intel as far as what you like versus what others want.
Mm-hmm.
Something I
And that's a
think
great
also, go ahead. Yeah.
That's a great way to learn what the community is interested in too. We want to
Yeah.
cater to the cachers. We want to know what you're excited about. So by having those interactions and talking about like the state oldest or hiking the Mason-Dixon line, having those interactions this early lets us know that we can really plan to make those experiences the best that they can be for people too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, I know your team is already planning new geocaches and those kind of things. That's a whole, that's a whole project in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But also, some things I don't think people realize is that, headquarters does, don't provide money, but they do provide some services, I guess you call them, for every mega. So they're going to provide Mark with Adventure Labs. They're going to give him, opportunities. They'll give him, some swag to use for prizes. There's some things that they'll do to help. They'll have people there that you can meet from headquarters in case you want to meet some folks. I'm assuming Signal will make his appearance. So yeah, so if you want, the kids want a picture with Signal, he'll be there, so you can get photos with the famous frog. And so there's a lot of things that Megas provide.
Can you get Signal to zip line while he's there?
Yeah, could you get him to zip line?
It depends who's playing Signal that day, I guess.
I guess. I don't know what you're talking about with playing him, but I understand. So
friends with Signal, right?
Friends with Signal, yeah.
Right.
Signal's helper.
Yeah.
The Signal helpers will help Signal provide the zip line or get on the zip line. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Path tags, coins, swag as far as that goes is always fantastic. I love that, you mentioned about the tickets. I mean, a lot of times not many of them will provide it, some don't. It's kind of a bummer, but I'm so glad y'all are providing some of those things a la carte, because I have seen at a mega, none of the ones I don't think we've been involved with, but we've all seen situation where you go, and this is ahead of time, so you're planning and you're like, oh, can I just get we just need some lunch tickets so we can purchase. Well, purchase ahead of time. And they're like, oh, you have to buy a whole package for that. And you're like, oh, well, great. We're not really interested in that, but I love the fact that y'all are doing some of these things, where you can get them separate.
Yeah, that flexibility is good for people.
Yeah. It's incredible more work on our end. So that's why we're stressing, please tell us you're coming and buy these things ahead of time, so we can really have that best experience possible for you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So,
there's a few more questions, and one other thing I want to run through real quick. I know we're short on time.
That.
But
no, you're good. Any questions? That's what I want to mention real fast. We're starting to get to the question part. So if you have a question, or if you haven't asked it yet, but you'd like to ask it, there's a little bit of time left. So please, We just got a question from Cashcraft. We'll get to their question here in a minute. But yes, if you haven't entered a question in the chat room, please do so. And if you have questions and you're watching or listening to the show after the fact, what is the best way for those people, Mark, to where do you want them to go when they have questions down the road? And we'll get to these here in a minute, but
yeah, absolutely. So the best way to contact us is going to be through the website. So there's 2 different emails depending on what you're kind of inquiring about. So you can ask info@GeoWoodstockXXI.com. That's going to be general questions about the event. You know, any help with finding a place to stay, planning your itinerary, you know, travel, navigation, anything like that is going to be info@GeoWoodstockXXI.com. In terms of swag, whether that's pre-event a la carte options or registration packages, that's going to be swag@GeoWoodstockXXI.com. And we'll monitor both of those. Those are going to be the best way to contact us. Posting in the Facebook group is also great if you need a community answer. Just know that those might not be 100% accurate on the most up-to-date information. But you know, we have a great team of community volunteers that are working to answer questions that anyone might have. And then of course, just like general cachers, if anyone's cached in this area, there's a ton of great knowledge in there. And then the last way, it's not super recommended, but if you send us a message through the geocaching message system to the GeoWoodstock XXI account, there's a chance we could see it. We'll try to respond the best we can, but we promise we will respond to the info and the swag email channels.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Excellent. So what question you want to start with first that you saw?
Yeah, so let's start at the top of this list of the ones that just rolled through recently. So Terry asked, any updates on the new KOA campsite opening in time? So what they were referring to is that the at Milan Park, at the host site of GeoWoodstock, there is a new KOA campground that is currently under construction. It's going to have 119 RV and campsite hookups, as well as 35 cabins that are going to be available to rent. Yeah, massive facility.
That's awesome.
It's going to be very, very cool.
Great.
The problem with this at the moment is that the current camping situation is in the parking lot of where we're going to have the main events. So we can't really have people park their RVs in the camping spot like you would normally at any other time of the year in Milan Park. So the KOA is expected to open in early spring of next year, with bookings starting in January. So at the first of the year, we'll really know a good timeline. And then hopefully they'll have their booking portal open. And of course, if you log your will attend and you stay up to date on all of our channels, that's going to be the first place. As soon as we get that link, we are going to blast it everywhere. But we're also going to work with a local camp here in town where it's actually the site of like where the zip line and the high ropes course are, that side of it. So we're working on other opportunities for RVs and camping stuff as well there, just in case. You know, it's always a gamble with some of these like production timelines if we get like a bad winter or those sort of things. But at the moment, everything is right on track and we're in really, really good shape. So very optimistic. I have no reason to think that the KOA won't be open in time, but we'll really know at the first of the year, and then you'll be able to start booking then.
Awesome.
The next question is going to be, is there a possibility of change to a block party? So the short answer to this is going to be no. So in 2025, HQ kind of gave event hosts the opportunity for either a mega or a block party. And there's a lot of rules that went around both of these. But the main reason, we wanted to honor the legacy of Joe Armstrong, the original host of GeoWoodstock. And this has always been a mega event. This is the largest mega event, the first mega event. So we wanted to kind of keep and honor that tradition, but also the stipulation with the block party is that there's going to be a lot of block parties. Midwest Geocache is going to be a block party. The New Jersey Metro Gallery is going to be a block party. So there could only be a few megas in 2025. And if we we wanted to go beyond mega, we really have to set ourselves up for that opportunity. So those are kind of the main reasons that we've decided that. But we're going to have a community celebration event. So there's going to be some opportunities for additional icons and, fun things to collect for your profile as well.
Yeah. No, it's important. A lot of them have some of them have decided to go block party. I really like the fact that y'all didn't do that y'all stuck with the mega. So
yeah, absolutely.
Next question, how long will the store be open for? So like I said, store is going to open this Friday, October 11th. It is going to be open for October, November, December, and January. It is going to close sometime in February. We're probably going to do a final number tally at the end of January, and then order extra swag. And then whenever that extra swag is sold out, probably towards the end of February, that's when it's going to be gone. So really, if you want to order your swag, do it before January. And the reason we're opening it so early is because we want to give people the opportunity to buy stuff for the holidays. They're excellent gifts for cachers, especially some of our pre-event fundraiser type stuff. So I have the Black Diamond Backer t-shirt on now. I know that bar is covering it, but you can get involved with GeoWoodstock right now and help financially support the event, and we'll send this shirt directly to your door. So it's going to be customized with a tracking code and your geocaching username.
Right. Oh yeah. You want to show the shirt? Yeah. Very cool.
I don't know. It's probably going to be hard, but
that's fine. Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yes. Very good. All the
shirts will have your geocaching name and the a custom tracking code. So,
cool.
So hopefully everyone got to take a screenshot of that and they can discover it. But
yeah, that's the question.
You get a bunch of discoveries now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you already answered that question.
Yep. Absolutely.
There you go.
Perfect.
Is there a hotel if you're traveling with a GeoDog? So a handful of our hotels are dog friendly, but you'll have to go through and kind of see specifically what the rules are for each hotel. So that's what I would recommend, just kind of going through the hotels that would be dog friendly and looking through our list. I don't have any off the top of my head, but I'm happy to, if you want to reach out to like the info at Geocache or info at GeoWoodstock, we could look into that a little bit farther if you're not able to find the information that you're looking for.
Very cool.
This is not really a question, but they've already ordered their Black Diamond Backer shirt and it's already arrived and they love it. So that's great.
Awesome.
People are already on top of this.
That.
I mean, it's a long way away, but you do have to kind of start planning ahead of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing people don't realize is that you can't tell like an event, or if there's a local event, they're like, oh, you want to rent it? Okay. For in May. All right. Well, we need a deposit right now. You're like, oh, well, we don't have any money till May. They're like,
and you
ain't got no reservation.
Wait. Yeah. But it's a lot. There's a lot of juggling that has to happen with an event of this size for geocaching for sure.
Bills come in. That's early.
Yes.
So that's why it's vital and important for people to be part of helping get that in. The bills start coming in. They've already started coming in. So I think people forget that these things not only are cost them money, May 24th, they're going to cost them money prior to May 24th. So help them out, buy some of the swag early. And when you can, that's important. And, get your reservations, in. That'll also help them prepare and help the hotels prepare and everything. It's very important. So.
Yeah, right. I love all the questions rolling in, and the best way that you can get involved and have all your questions answered and get more inside scoop or things that are happening before we announce them publicly is going to be attending one of our Wild and Wonderful 21 events. So we have 52 events in 31 unique states and 2 countries that are hosted by our team. So yeah, here's a graphic of where they all are. These are going to be great opportunities to meet with some of our ambassadors and really get the inside scoop. They'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. And then this is also a great time to, tell them what you want to see and ask them, if we can, do anything more, or, what can we do to make your experience the best that it is possible. So there's that bookmark link there. But also, if you just click on the GeoWoodstock XXI account, you can scroll through all of them. So we've already had a handful of them. There was one that I think just wrapped up a couple hours ago on people's way home from Rome. My phone's been blowing up with attended logs, but those will stretch all the way until about Thanksgiving, so about the middle of November. So you'll have about a month and a half to get involved and try to attend one of these events. But the really, really cool thing about these events is that all of our ambassadors have these little tokens. So they have the GeoWoodstock branding here on the front, and then on the back, they have a tracking code. And the idea behind these is that we want people to try to collect these throughout the year and then bring them with them to Morgantown in May. So these are going to be how you win prizes and different things. So we're going to have like a big Plinko board, some other like prize wheels and different opportunities to get some freebies, get some swag. And then also these will be included in the registration packages, and you'll be able to collect them throughout the weekend by completing different games and activities at GeoWoodstock. So these are going to be your best friend. Try to collect as many of these possible and increase your chances to win. So we're not doing like a raffle or a drawing or anything like that, but as long as you can keep track of one of these tokens, you'll get the chance to win something.
I like that.
Man, that is cool.
Awesome.
It's a great idea. Yep. Looking for more questions, or as we start to wrap up. I know Butterfly Girl mentioned about volunteers. Y'all will have a site set up when we get closer to the date that people can sign up to be volunteers.
Of course, that'll be on the GeoWoodstock XXI.com. There's an info drop-down menu. So we'll have volunteer signups there. And of course, we'll blast out on all of our channels whenever that comes time. It'll probably be in March or April would be my best guess of when we're going to start asking for volunteers. But, it really, really takes a village. Everything now is just the behind the scenes work, but you wouldn't imagine how much effort it takes just to set up the tables for lunch, to wipe them down, to make sure they're clean, to staff the VIP lounge. All of those little things, they help a tremendous amount. And we also have volunteer coins that we're going to give to everyone that helps volunteer some hours and really gives back to the event. So yes, please consider volunteering if you have the time.
Yeah, you just put in a little bit of time, you get a cool coin, and you definitely provide much needed, because I don't know if people know this or not, but Mark's not a professional mega planner, or he's a volunteer as well. So people forget that sometimes, that so Butterfly Girl is asking about the ambassador events. We have
That's
the list,
on the bookmark list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got that, but we got that list in the show notes too. So that'll be up here shortly. So, all right.
Yeah, and
perfect.
I've had a lot of people ask how they can get involved right now, and it's really just help spread the word. Let us know that you're excited to come. Walger will attend. Buy your swag. Book your hotel. And we have a banner on the bottom of our event page that says like, I'm going to GeoWoodstock, something like that. So those are always great things to post on your geocaching profile, post on Facebook, post in your local community group. We're really putting a lot of heart and soul into this event, and we want to make sure it's the best event possible, but it can't be the best event possible unless all of you come and join us. So West Virginia really is a special place, and we're very excited to show it off.
Yeah. We have those links as well, and the banners in the show notes. And so, those will be available here in, 10, 15 minutes. So they'll be available on the Geocache, geocachetalk.com website. If you scroll to the show notes, you'll see them. So, all right, well, we'll go around the room to wrap up. So, go ahead, John.
I'm more than happy to start. And if you guys can't tell, I know I'm excited for GeoWoodstock. I mean, pepperoni rolls, good Italian area. So many amazing things, so many activities. My cat was excited too. I don't know if you
I
guys
saw
could
the
tell, but
cat.
my cat,
Yeah,
like the excitement as Mark was talking,
fired
my
up.
cat woke up and was just so excited on that side too. So yeah, I'm just excited. I'm so thankful, Mark, for the work that you're doing and that the whole team's doing, because as Jesse and Gary have alluded to, I mean, to put something together like this takes a lot of hours, takes a lot of people's time, a lot of people's passion, because it's really the geocaching community coming together to provide an event like this. So I know I logged my will attend on this one, and I'm looking forward to it. And certainly for anybody else who's considering, please log your will attend, because that gives them great planning information. And then you're going to stay up to date too with everything that's going on there too. And Bell on the Move, I may be working on that. I saw your comment, and it may be in the works, my friend. So there you go. But yeah, thank you, Mark. It's been awesome as always. Yeah, and Bell says, I think you need a Pizza Talk coin. And I can neither confirm or deny that rumor. My contract prohibits me from spilling the beans.
That's right.
Unless two parties sign off on the spilling of the beans on that one, but they have not in this instance. So I can assure you that, sir.
Crazy.
Crazy man. I'll kind of leave you with a question, Mark. That the people we have in the chat room right now, everybody's up on it. They seem to know what's going on. That's a lot of people, but obviously the people that tune in live are the advanced cachers. Cachers have been around for a long time, but the audio is where a lot more people listen as time goes on. So we have a lot of brand new people that listen to that. They find a podcast to get into geocaching. So some of them may not even have been in the game when the last Woodstock was around. So like Texas Challenge, Moga, those are like competition style megas. And then like Cache Fest was like the academy style. You go and get all these classes and learn. How would you kind of classify, if you're given just a general description of what a Woodstock mega is? For a lot of people know, like the people here live tonight, they know what's going on. But for the people that are newer, listen, that have never been to one before, how would you kind of define that for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, all events have something that makes them unique. Going caching is all about the puzzles. Cache Fest is all about the educational stuff. I've always said Woodstock's about the people. GeoWoodstock is the largest annual gathering of geocachers in North America, and for good reason. This is where everyone's going to come together. It doesn't matter where in our caching community you live. Everyone kind of goes to GeoWoodstock no matter where it's at, and that's kind of the really special thing. So there's of course vendors, there's exhibits, there's the like seminars, and there's a lot of things to do. But at the core of the event, it's just getting together with your friends, having a great weekend in some gorgeous area that you probably wouldn't have otherwise explored. That's one of the big things about GeoWoodstock, is that they are historically in smaller cities and smaller caching communities. But what people don't realize is that it's an event for the community, by the community. So our team submitted a bid, and then anyone can submit a bid for 2026 as well. So we really wanted to bring people into our community, and bring the geocachers here, show them what awesome stuff that we have in store, and just give them a great experience that they can enjoy with their friends before they all go home to their respective areas until the next year.
Perfect.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I thought you were going to say. That's how we would have described ours back many years ago. And it really is. It's what you think being called a Woodstock, right? What would you think a Woodstock event would be? It's just a gathering of people, right? It's not any other thing. And I think that's kind of my favorite style. Now I like the competition style too, don't get me wrong, but that's what the events are for us, is the people mainly. So getting together with people that we get to talk to a lot, but never really get to see in person.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for being on tonight. It has been a pleasure, and as always, it's always fun to catch up with you a little bit. And we are very excited for Woodstock and trying to make appropriate plans, and it's really good. So All right, go tell friends. That's
Good word.
my charge to all of my of our listeners and viewers, and get your willetins in early, and you get ready for it's not too far away. The days they come quick, and so we need to you got to get your plans in and get ready. So. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll see everybody on the next show. So good night, everybody.
Okay, take care, everybody.
May your finds be many and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.